Seemingly all eyes will be on Disney this weekend at their D23 Fan Expo, as they are expected to make some major announcements about things coming to the theme parks, and more specifically, an answer to Epic Universe, which is being built by their main rival, Universal Studios. Well, the panel where they're discussing this doesn't happen until Saturday night, but there are some, I guess you could say, some glimpses into what we could expect to see. Some good, depending on, if you're a fan of Disney World or Disneyland, and some make you think maybe it's not going to be too much. A lot of people going into this are not expecting much from Disney. I certainly am just sitting back and just seeing what they will announce. As on one hand, I do think they need to make some major announcements, but on the other hand, given the last two D23 expos, I'm kind of not expecting a whole lot to come from Disney. Well, we are starting to get a few tidbits about what we could be seeing come out of this event on Saturday. So we're going to go through some of this right now and a little bit of, I guess, another sneak peek into what we can expect to see this weekend at D23. So hi, I'm Jared with Capture the Magic, and we got a couple things to go through here. So the first one is Bruce Vaughn, who is the head of Imagineering, did have a statement about blue sky and actually, building things. And we have a quote. We're going to watch a video and then we'll go through a quote he said here. So this is what he said. I guess his little presentation they were giving to some of the people that are out there D23.
And I know you've all been hungry for something beyond blue sky. Blue sky is really fun, but you know what? Building, delivering, putting shovels in the dirt is even better. So that's what this year is all about, and the next decade is all about, and beyond, quite frankly.
So that was in WDW Radio Clubhouse. So thank you to Lou Manganiello's group over there for that video. So Bruce Vaughn is saying blue sky is great, which is what Disney has announced the last couple of years at D23. But he's saying, shovels in dirt is what they're doing for the next decade. So that is something that you could say is moving in the direction I think most people want to see from them. Now, Attractions Magazine also said, we don't have video of this, but they also said that he said, quote, 2 more rooms will open up on Sunday after the Saturday night announcements in the Imagineering booth. Blue sky is great, but this year and future projects are all about shovels in the dirt. So opening up 2 more rooms to talk about the things that they are going to be announcing is another sign that they do have some things that they are going to announce. And Disney has essentially come out and teased that they have a lot of announcements to come out here and there. But the real question comes down to, is it going to be about Disney World or is it going to be about some of the other parks? And we have a story here from Blog Mickey that maybe points to more of it being about Disneyland. So they have an article here that says Disneyland president says a big swath of D23 Expo Disney Parks keynote announcements will be about Disneyland. It says here, in a statement this afternoon to Preferred Media, Disneyland president Ken Potrock said that a large swath of announcements at the Horizons Disney Parks keynote on Saturday evening are expected to be about the Disneyland Resort. With the Disneyland Forward rezoning effort now in effect and approved by the city of Anaheim, the Disneyland Resort is expected to expand by 50% in the coming decades. This is one of the first projects associated with Disneyland Forward project is the Avatar Land, expected to be announced for California Adventure. Probably more details coming about that at the D23 Expo this weekend. It says in the about concept art. Other possibilities for Disneyland announcements are the ever-present rumors of a Tomorrowland refresh, possibly a new land in Disneyland Park featuring attractions from Fantasy Springs at Tokyo Disney Sea, or some blue sky ideas for the Disneyland Forward expansion pads in Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. Now, one thing that was revealed, this is for Disneyland, they did show the ride vehicles for the Avengers King Thanos attraction that is going to be coming to California Adventure. And we got some, that's a very miniature model there of it. And here's a little bit of a look at it there. So they did show a sneak preview of those ride vehicles on a very small scale. But you can check them out, which, it kind of looks a lot like, at least from Universal Studios, like the Transformers and like Spider-Man ride vehicles. It kind of looks very similar to that, but that's a better look at it right there. So if you're a fan of Disneyland, that's a good thing to hear. Now, when it comes to what makes the most money for Disney as a company and where I think the most competition is, that would be Disney World. A lot of rumors out there, which we talked about in previous videos, probably expected to get more details about what is coming to Animal Kingdom. And there is a rumor and there are permits filed for probably something happening over in Magic Kingdom, perhaps beyond Big Thunder. But when it comes to Disney World, there's a lot more, I guess you could say, perhaps worry or confusion about what may or may not be announced when it comes to Disney World specifically. And one of the reasons a lot of people are pointing to the fact that they're not maybe expecting a whole lot, even though you would assume there would be major announcements given Epic Universe is opening in less than a year. And that is going to be a major driver to the Universal parks. And Disney really is going to have nothing to combat that. One of the reasons people are sort of leaning toward they're not going to be expecting much is Disney, strangely enough, said there is going to be no live stream of the D23 panel of this from Disney. In the past, they have done an official live stream, and apparently they're not doing one this year. There is confusion on I've heard reports, some people saying you can't have your phone in there. There won't be available to anybody to live stream from their phone. I'm not really sure on the specifics. All I do know is that there's not going to be an official live stream from Disney themselves. Now, I'm unsure of the reason for this. I suppose on one level, they're trying to give exclusivity to the people that are coming out there, have paid money to be there. But on the other hand, Disney uses the D23 Expo basically like an Apple event to hype up and promote the things that are coming to their parks. So one would assume if they had major announcements that were really going to energize people and wanting them to be excited for the parks, that they would make a live stream readily available to play on, YouTube, social media, X, all these places to really build up hype. And the fact that they're not doing that kind of makes you raise an eyebrow a little bit and think, well, why would you not want more attention on this? So that is, I would say that's a confusing one at best. And there was more confusion as they had put out, basically there's a confusing thing that they were going to put this panel on Fortnite because if you remember, Disney made like a $1.5 billion investment into Epic Games, who owns Fortnite. I felt like that seemed odd, to begin with. Even Variety was reporting that the D23 fan event was going to be live streamed in Fortnite after the fact. But it seems that what it is here, and they even had released something showing that if you were going to log in and do this, you were going to get some sort of Wolverine plushie, I think, in the game. I wasn't really sure on the details. I was trying to look into see like, well, maybe we live stream this here happening, basically it's you could start doing this after the panel at like 11:30 at night, at least Eastern time. So the correction here is apparently this is a separate event with a similar name to the Honda Center presentation taking place at the same time. It should be a stream of Disney related Fortnite announcements. And it says, we suspect the Parks and Resorts presentation will still only be streamed for cast members. So this is from WDW News Today. So apparently that is also the thing, is they're not doing a live stream for everyone. It's just for cast members. So a lot of confusion coming on is seemingly at D23 this year. Whenever, again, there's a lot of eyeballs on them, and you would assume that they would want all of the attention to be able to promote whatever it is that they're going to promote. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean they won't have anything to announce. Surely they will announce some things for Disney World beyond Blue Sky. At this point, you just would assume common sense would kick in at this point, given that I felt at least 2 years ago you should have had something that you announced then. So one would assume they would now, but we will have to wait and see on that. Whatever info we do get about it, we will talk about on here, whether it's good or bad or whatever that case may be. But as of right now, that seems to be what's coming out of D23. The panel about the parks takes place on Saturday night, I believe at 10:30. But again, this can't be live streamed. I'm sure people will be live tweeting this, so we'll be checking out if there's any, if there's any breaking news that is worth live streaming. We may do a live stream on it. I'm not really sure what reliability there is on the information coming out about this to do a live stream. So it's kind of just sort of a wait and see thing right now. But either way, the way that Disney's talking, something's being announced, whether that's for Disneyland, Disney World, or perhaps even Disneyland Paris. We will have to wait and see, but that is going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel as we do lots of coverage here of Disney World, Universal Studios, Epic Universe, and pop culture news. And let us know in the comments, do you think Disney's going to have some major announcements at D23, or do you think it's going to be more Blue Sky and another letdown? And until next time, we will see you in the parks.